Another week, another day of street cleaning. Good morning, everyone. Well, at least it's good morning for me while I'm recording this. Let's get a cold start on the Rx8 because it's actually cold now. It's like 40 degrees outside. Let's see. Let's hear it. So it's honestly not that loud. It's not that loud when you consider that the car is on rice pipes and it has a aftermarket axle back. So anyways, we're about to get the car moving right now for street cleaning. You can see everyone's already starting to move. Car is a little bit dirty, so I thought I'd take this time to actually do some just, you know, take this time to do some regular maintenance like a car wash, and I have a little update for you guys. So I'm sure you guys, if you guys have been following along, I've been doing a lot of stuff with with maintaining my cooling system, right? And the only reason why I was able to notice that I was having issues with the cooling system is because of this lovely temperature gauge right here. This is a water temp gauge, all right? And for the longest, I've been saying one of the first mods you should do on your Rx8 if you buy one is to install gauges, because these gauges right here, they don't really do anything, all right? This won't tell you if your car is overheating until it's already overheated, so that doesn't do much. This, I'm actually pretty sure this is also a dummy gauge, so none of the gauges that's actually on the dash has any real benefits to it. But the reason why I bring this up is because I am planning to change this setup soon. So I've been rocking this single pod here in this weird spot, looking kind of funny for like almost a year now. So this is for the water temp gauge after the thermostat. I also have this OBD2 one right here that I just keep plugged in because, you know, it could help me read the temperature before the thermostat. It also helps me, you know, just check codes if they come up, which I've been honestly just been using to clear the O2 sensor code for the race pipe. So I've just been keeping that there, but I'm planning to switch it up, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that in just 1 second. Also, didn't mention, I'm gonna go wash the car with Brian, so let's get that cold start on the Porsche. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. I will say though, I feel like his cold starts are a bit louder than the Rx8, which is a bit odd because his exhaust is stock. But anyways, let me show you guys what I wanted to show you. So I did a little thing off camera recently, which thinking back to it now, maybe it would have been better to do on camera, but anyways, so you guys know how I have this single pod right here? Well, that's gonna be changing to this. So I did this little thing with 3 pods this time. This is gonna be a water temp, oil temp, and oil pressure. Now this thing is pretty much just gonna sit right here, and it's gonna look so much better than that single pod right there. Originally, I wanted to do this when I was doing my gauges in the first place, but the reason why I didn't is because this little mounting requires you to cut into the actual, you know, I don't even know what you call this piece. Like it requires you to actually cut into the dash. So I just got a second one, and you know, just did it there. But there's still a lot of wiring to be done left. Haven't really gotten started on that, but I wanted to give you guys a little update and a little sneak peek of what is to come, because I am definitely, this is gonna get replaced. This is definitely gonna get replaced. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet, because I got an extra coolant gauge when I bought this, so I don't know. Extra coolant temp gauge, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. But yeah, we have this now. I guess if you guys have an Rx8 and it's in the area, I'll when I do switch it out, I'll probably give it away if you guys want it. So yeah, hit me up on IG or something, and you know, could set that up. But anyways, I think it is like 10 minutes past 9 now, which is when the street cleaning is supposed to start. So let me just get out of here so I don't get a ticket. Alright guys, it is another day now. We're back in a pretty familiar place for all of us rotary owners here. Just pumping gas away like every other day, like no cap. I feel like, honestly, I don't know if I'm just imagining this, but I feel like in the winter we go through gas a lot faster than we do in the summer. I know rotaries do run richer in the colder weathers, but like damn, this is crazy. Let's see how much gas I pump here. So I know earlier in this video I was just talking about cleaning my car and all that, right? You guys probably saw some clips of me cleaning my car. Well, okay, let me show you guys real quick. I'm done here. It's about 47.69. All right, not bad. Oh, let's see, 11 gallons, not too bad. But as you guys saw earlier, I was just cleaning my car, right? And you know, it's been like a day or so. Look at this. Look at this, man. What's going on? What's going on? I just cleaned it. Like, some bird had some nasty vomit, like diarrhea or something, man. They do not like me, but I want to show you guys something. There's a reason why we're filming at a random gas station right now, and I did something to the interior. You guys probably already could tell what it is, but did you guys expect this too? Ta-da! Okay, let me open it. It's not as dramatic as I wanted it to be, but I also got some new floor mats with the RX-8. Probably can't tell super well with this lighting, so let me just actually turn on the car and like turn on the dome lights. Maybe you guys will see it better. But on top of the nice new carpets, we have installed the gauges, and it looks so much better than that single pod. So let's start the car up. Let's see those bad boys light up, and we'll get a little start. Full tank of gas too, and bam. Honestly, these look sick. These look really, really nice. Let me turn on the interior lighting here. Maybe you guys could get a better look at the, nope, absolutely, definitely not. All right, well, you guys will get a better look at these floor mats, I guess, during the day, another time, in another video. But yeah, fancy new floor mats. But the main star of the video is these bad boys right here. So right here we have oil pressure, oil temperature, and coolant. Coolant is still at 80 because, you know, the thermostat hasn't fully opened yet. Car is warm, but it's not fully warm yet, so the thermostat hasn't opened. Oil temperature right here. Only complaint I have right now is that these, I could still kind of wiggle them around. I think I'm gonna need to put some 3M tape on these things and, you know, get them stuck down. But yeah, they look really nice. So I thought today would be a good time to put the GoPro on and do a little night drive video, because these things look sick in the night. But yeah, let me go do that real quick. Let me set up the camera real quick and we'll go for a little night cruise. It's been so long since we did something like this, and I know I haven't been recording a lot as well. So I'll give you guys a little more updates on that. But yeah, let me get out of this gas station. Man, it's been so long since I did one of these late night drives. Let's see if I could get a little clean entrance here. I had to do a little pull. It's kind of mandatory when you're under these tunnels. But anyways, doesn't these look nice? Like, so much better than how my single pod setup was looking like before. And honestly, I'm really happy I went with the center pod placement as well. I know a lot of people, or at least, like, you know, in the tuner car community, that they like to have it on this A-pillar here. But honestly, I think having it in the center here on the dash just makes it look a lot cleaner. And yeah, it just looks a little bit more OEM, which is kind of what I'm going for with this car build. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm still learning how, like, what temperature is normal and what oil pressure is normal. Then a little bit of research. It seems like, you know, the highest oil pressure it gets is about 90 psi when you're really pushing it, and oil temperature doesn't really exceed, like, you know, 200. I already forgot the number. I can't even bullshit you guys. Forgot the number, so I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Forgot what's the highest oil type is supposed to go up to, but coolant, obviously 220 is kind of where you want to, like, the highest you ever want to be, or else you'll be overheating. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this little setup here. Honestly, having the coolant temp gauge was able to tell me, like, a lot. Like, when I knew when I was leaking coolant, because the coolant temp would be a lot higher than usual, and etc, etc. And that's kind of what I'm working through right now. I will say coolant is still running a little bit higher than usual, and the fact that when I did the cooling system, the radiator pressure test, right, it was still leaking a little bit of pressure. It leads me to think that somewhere along the radiator system I'm losing a little bit of coolant. Worst case scenario would be a coolant seal failing and I'm actually leaking a little bit of coolant into the combustion chamber, right? But I feel like if that is the case, we will be seeing white smoke blowing out of the car right now, and we don't. So knock on wood wherever that is, but I don't think it is going to be a coolant seal issue right now. So I think somewhere along the radiator system or setup, I do have a little bit of coolant leak, and that's going to be my next thing that I address. So I know if you guys have been keeping along with the videos, you guys will know that I had a little bit of a financial hiccup with my cat and his vet bill, but I for the most part have recovered from that. So we are starting to pick up stuff again for this car, and oh wow, there was a cop right there. I thought it was an ambulance. I almost sped up too. I almost sped up. They almost got me. But yeah, I'm starting to pick up parts for the car again. There's so much stuff I want to do. I feel like it's already been so long since Tail of the Dragon, but honestly, that trip taught me or showed me a lot of what I still need to do to the car. And after this radiator that I'm going to be replacing, I guess I kind of spoiled it, but I am going to be replacing the radiator. I already ordered the part, just waiting for it to arrive. It went with a lot beefier of a radiator this time. Originally, I was going to do radiator and fan, like some sports fan, like a performance fan setup. I decided against that for right now just because I didn't want to drop so much money all at once. So I'm gonna do it in half. So I'm gonna start with the radiator, see if that helps anything, and if at that point I'm still running a little bit hot, then probably it wasn't the radiator that was, like, you know, causing me to run coolant pretty high. Honestly, a little part of me thinks that it could have something to do with the under tray not directing air properly into the radiator, so it could be that as well. So I didn't want to invest so much money into like the radiator and fan just for it not to be at the issue. So starting with just the radiator, and that should, you know, kneel me some significant coolant temperature droppage, because right now we're what, 192, 191, and it's 53 degrees outside, just about. Honestly, it's more probably closer to 40. And I feel like around this temperature, I'm used to seeing it being at like 180. So we're still a little bit higher than what it was last year. So I do feel like the car is running a little bit hot. So that is definitely going to be something we address. Oh, there's some bird shit right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but anyways, I'm going off topic. After the coolant issue is addressed, there's a lot more suspension things I want to go do with the car. Haven't been running Toge as much recently just because I've been so busy. I've been working a lot trying to, you know, just to save more money. Haven't bought it up yet, but I'm actually going to be going out of the country for like 2 weeks next week. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to update you guys on, but you know, I really just want to enjoy this little night cruise right now. Little downshift right there. Downshift. Let's just burn all the gas that we just got, yeah? I wish there wasn't so much traffic, man, because this highway at night can be pretty fun. And if you guys are New York locals, you guys already know what I'm talking about. See this thing turns, so this is definitely not super stable in here. I think my solution for this is gonna be probably some 3M tape, not gonna lie. So I think I'm gonna have to 3M tape this down so that it doesn't move around as much. If you guys are wondering, because I feel like I'm gonna get comments about how I installed this, because a lot of you guys probably want to do the same for your RX-8s. Unfortunately, I did not do any of the wiring myself. It was a little bit too complicated for me. I'm not very good with wiring or anything like that. The only part I actually did was, you know, stick this thing onto the center console bit here, and I kind of cheated with that because I bought a separate panel, so I didn't even have to really take this apart to cut into it. I bought another piece, another part of, I don't even know what you call this thing, but I bought another piece of the center console thing, and I cut into that, stuck this on with some glue, and, you know, stuck these pods in. So I didn't do any of the wiring. So I wish I could teach you guys. I wish I could have done a tutorial on that, but honestly, I just didn't want to risk it and really mess things up. When it comes to electronics in a car, I'm just not there yet. If I do mess with it at another point in time, it's gonna have to be a project car and not be my daily. I'm just too scared to actually mess with the wiring for this right now. But if you guys need links to any of these things, I'll try to put it down in the comment section below. If you guys just DM me on Instagram, send you a link to it as well. This is actually a replica of I think it was the Feed, I forget the exact company that makes the official pod holder thing right here. There's a company that does it. I think it might be Feed, but if not, I forget. Yeah, I'll put it on the screen here. But this is actually got this part off eBay. Just you know, someone remanufactured it like with a molding, and this is made out of plastic. I think it looks fine the way it is right now. It is a little bit different color to the actual dash, but granted, you guys probably can't even really tell right now in the middle of the night. I know the GoPro isn't gonna pick up the lighting all that well, but yeah. The color isn't 100% match, but honestly, I think it does its job just fine. It's doing what I needed to do. It doesn't rattle or anything like that. So, you know, I think this is a pretty good W for me here. Let me know your guys' opinion on it in the comment section down below. I think my only complaint is that it seems like the center one right here is a little bit loose, because it kind of just rotates when I'm going over bumps and stuff. But yeah, aside from that, I'm really enjoying this center gauge pod setup thing, and yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to use that information to help me, like what was that, like if anything was to happen, I'm hoping that the numbers here will give me a little heads up as into like what could be going on, because that's honestly how I figured it out. I was leaking coolant and stuff like that. It was because of the water temp gauge. Super important to have, and honestly, especially when owning a rotary, you just want to know when your car's fully warmed up and all that, and having these two gauge right here, super important. Oil pressure, I wouldn't say is as important as these two. These two are definitely the most important, and they do make one where it's just 2 gauges instead of all 3. So, you know, definitely a well worth investment right here. Alright guys, you made it to the end of the video, and as always, if you made it to the very end of the video, really appreciate you guys for taking the time every day to watch the content all the way through. It means so much to me, and I mean that every single time I say it, so thank you guys so much for that. And I just gotta start by saying sorry. Sorry for not really being active here on YouTube in these past couple of months. Honestly, ever since coming back from Tail of the Dragon, life has just, you know, kind of took off, and not necessarily in a bad way. A lot of it is good, but you know, alongside with all the good, there has been some bad things, like as I mentioned in other videos, but if you guys missed it, you know, my cat had a urinary block, and unfortunately had to rush him to the ER, and he had to get emergency surgery there. And yeah, that was just a lot of money. It was about $7,000 after tax and all that, which is a lot, and a lot of it was supposed to go towards, like, a lot of it was supposed to be reinvested back into the channel with like videos and stuff like that for parts for the car and etc. So pretty much everything that I had planned video wise for this winter just completely went out the door. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, like suspension, like changing out these seats for something nicer, like sports bucket seats, tires, wheels, suspension, sway bars, you know, just radiator, coolant, all that stuff, right? Just completely went out the door. That $7 grand that I had set aside was supposed to be for this, and unfortunately, you know, it had to go to my cat. And not, you know, it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. You know, I'm glad my cat's doing well now. He just turned like 6, so you know, happy birthday to my cat. But yeah, that's my little update for you guys as to what's been going on. I also mentioned earlier in the video that I'm gonna be leaving the country in a couple of days. I'm actually gonna be going to Taiwan with my girlfriend for 2 weeks for Thanksgiving, so that's what's gonna be happening. So I'm probably not gonna be recording anything while I'm there as well, because yeah, but I do have an international driver's permit now, so I will be driving in Taiwan. I don't think I'm gonna be driving anything cool, but you know, probably just like, you know, regular economy cars to get around. But with that said, having that permit opens up a lot of opportunities for me, right? So if I ever was to go to Japan with Jason or something like that, you know. Oh man, I'm getting attacked by acorns. You guys see this? The wind is crazy. All right, that honestly completely made me lose my train of thought, so I have no idea what I was saying. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I did mention, I think, that I did buy a new radiator. I did go with a CSF. Is it CSF? CSF performance radiator. It's a lot beefier of a setup than the Kishimoto. Is it? No, I don't have Kishimoto. I have Mishimoto. I have Kyorad. I have a Kyorad radiator right now, and I'm switching it up. I'm upgrading it to a CSF one. According to a lot of the research I did, that's kind of like the best radiator you could get for the RX-8, along with a Flexolite fan. I didn't go with the fan this time yet. I just want to see if, you know, having the radiator increases, or I mean increases the performance of the cooling system and therefore reducing the temperature. If it does do that, then I might also go for the fan to reduce it even further. But if I get the radiator and the coolant temp doesn't really change, right, then I feel like my coolant issues is probably coming from somewhere else. Maybe it's somewhere along the hose systems, or just it not getting air directed into the radiator properly, because, you know, I am running an aftermarket bumper and the fitment on that thing is pretty bad, and because the fitment on the bumper is pretty bad, the fitment on the under tray is pretty bad, and the under tray so really directs the, you know, the wind to the radiator. So there's a lot of components to it, but I'm hoping that the radiator solves the issue. But if not, then we'll move onward to, you know, doing the other stuff. But anyways, I'm running out of breath here because, you know, I'm just not used to doing this outro anymore. But let's check this out, guys, so you can see the, well, I guess you can't, huh? You guys could kind of see how the carpets looks in the daylight now. It is a JDM brand. It's like with PCM or something like that. That's for the brand of these floor mats. They look really nice, and you know, they're in pretty much all of the JDM cars that you see in Japan. So that's kind of why I went with these. They just look good and they look classic, and, you know, it feels nice too. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here. There will be more content resuming after I come back from Taiwan. Obviously, once I start picking up parts again for the car and just doing more driving, the videos will, you know, by default come back. So I really appreciate you guys for, you know, just sticking out there. I know you guys have been commenting, reaching out to me on Instagram saying what's good, am I okay? I am okay. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I will do better. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video here though. So until then, remember, guys, look at that. I just witnessed this cat try to catch a squirrel in the corner of my eye. Too bad I didn't catch it on camera. But look at that cutie. Alright, with that said, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for staying to the very end. And until the next one, guys, remember to stay safe out there, drive safe. The world's a crazy place, so you gotta do your part to stay safe, right? Peace.